across the endless universe, we are silent observers. We look at the night sky and see stories written in light, stories of how stars are born, how they live, and how they die. We marvel at the jewel of Saturn, a golden giant with its halo of light, and we fear the beast, Neptune, a laboratory of atmospheric madness. We tell ourselves that our solar system is a vast, grand kingdom, but the truth is far more terrifying. Deep in the eternal void, far beyond the last lighthouse of our sun, there is a boundary line where the rules of rock and stone simply end. Out here, in the great, deafening silence of deep space, there is a hunter that makes the monsters of our neighborhood look like broken things. We call it Te-on 618. It is not a planet, nor a failed star like Jupiter, nor even a standard black hole. It is a violent colossus, a shadow in the dark, tugging at the fabric of the cosmos on a scale that defies human mathematics. It is the largest black hole ever discovered, a monster so massive it doesn't just eat planets. It swallows entire solar systems whole. This is the story of the absolute king of the abyss. To understand Te-on 618, we must first understand the deep well in the fabric of space and time. That is a black hole. We know that when a giant star, hundreds of times bigger than our sun, dies, its heart stops beating and it collapses into a single point of unimaginable mass. This creates a well of gravity so deep, so steep, that nothing can ever climb back out, not even light. But Te-on 618 is not the result of a single murdered star. It is a supermassive beast holding the mass of 66 billion suns. If our sun is a friendly yellow ball, then Te-on 618 is an incinerator that never turns off. A treasure hoard trapped in a permanent boiling nightmare. Imagine the scale. If you were to place Te-on 618 at the center of our solar system, it would not just consume the scorched monument of Mercury or the wicked sister Venus. Its event horizon, the one-way gate to forever, would stretch far beyond the lonely guardian Neptune and even the exiled king Pluto. It would swallow every planetary fossil, every frozen zombie core, and every collection of broken things we have ever known. Our entire world, our chaotic, noisy, living blue marble, would be nothing more than a grain of sand in its crushing gravity. Imagine standing at the edge of this abyss. Most people think of black holes as quiet, frozen rocks in the dark. But Te-on 618 is a quasar. It is surrounded by a glowing disk of gas and dust, spinning around it before falling in forever. This disk is a painting of violence, a chaotic blizzard of matter being accelerated to near the speed of light. As you approach, the unnatural silence is replaced by a deafening roar. The light from this disk is 140 trillion times brighter than our sun. It is a blinding, life-giving star that has been turned into a weapon of atmospheric madness. From a distance, it looks like a polished pearl or a shining veil, but beauty is the ultimate trap. Touchdown. You don't land on a surface because there is no ground. You cross the event horizon the edge of a giant waterfall. In a smaller black hole, the monster reveals its terrifying nature through spaghettification, your body being torn into a stream of atoms because the gravity on your feet is much stronger than on your head. But TON 618 is so gargantuan that the pull is more gradual. You could drift across the final line and not even know you were marked for death. But make no mistake, you are in a prison that is slowly imploding. You are now falling through a thick, hot soup of distorted space-time. Time for you feels normal, but for a friend watching from far away, you seem to freeze at the edge. A beautiful pale blue corpse fading into the eternal void. TON 618 is a laboratory of madness. Its gravity is so cruel that it doesn't just rip entire moons apart. It bends the very fabric of the universe. We see ghosts in the orbits of our own planets, like the shadow in the dark tugging at the orbit of Uranus that led us to Neptune. But TON 618 is the ultimate thief. It consumes entire galaxies worth of gas, creating supersonic gales of radiation that scream into the void. Because it is so massive, its magnetic heart creates a distorted shield that tears through space. If you could hear it with radio antennas, you would hear it screaming, a rhythmic, haunting vibration that is the sound of billions of failed civilizations being crushed into nothingness. It is a system of chaos slowly eating itself. Inside its blue abyss, the pressure is so intense that the molecules themselves are crushed, transforming carbon atoms into diamonds that rain down into an electrified sea. It is a treasure hoard that no human will ever see. Your journey ends at the Singularity, a point of infinite density where everything the black hole has ever swallowed comes to an end. This is the planetary crime scene where our understanding of physics breaks down. Is it the end of everything? A doorway to another universe? Or just a final end where information is lost forever? We simply do not know, and that uncertainty is what makes it terrifying. It is the great, deafening silence that answers the Fermi paradox. Perhaps this is the destiny of all intelligent life, to be eventually swallowed whole by the monsters we thought we were just observing. TON 618 is a mirror. It forces us to look back at the only pale blue dot we've ever known and realize that the cosmos is not made for us. We are just small guests living in the shadow of giants, and TON 618 is the king of the abyss, a lord of chaos that doesn't need our validation. When we look at the pale, featureless marble of Uranus or the rusty wasteland of Mars, we see scars that last for eternity. We see monuments to our curiosity and reminders of how difficult this universe truly is. But TON 618 is the ultimate gatekeeper. It reminds us that beauty is a trap and that some doors should remain closed. It is a beautiful, freezing nightmare that will still be there, continuing its silent dance in the dark long after our own sun burns out. Perhaps the silence we hear when we look at the stars is a message a reminder of just how precious our fragile existence is. We live in a pocket of peace, provided by the massive gravity of our own giants. But we must protect it. Stay curious. Keep looking up, because the more we learn about the deepest darkness, the more we find the deepest questions about our own existence. And the journey to finally find answers is what makes us human.